Everybody's a little bit afraid about what's going to happen and how are we going to pay for it.
Tonight, crews in Shelbyville are scrambling to fix a huge section of land that collapsed with an underground flume this morning, damaging a police car and potentially putting other buildings at risk. Now, that flume directs storm water out to the Duck River in Shelbyville, and it's not the first time they had to deal with the decades-old structure collapsing. News Channel 5's Jason Lamb has a look into what's going on. Jason?
Well, Shannon, luckily no one was hurt during this flume collapse. The city manager says it's going to now potentially ask FEMA for disaster funds to help pay for the flume's repair after the third collapse this year. Many tonight are wondering if a fourth collapse is around the corner. What developed on Lane Parkway in Shelbyville today drew people in as fast as they could turn their heads and walk up as far as they could. But could you blame them when you see what they were looking at?
It's a big old ditch.
No wonder everybody's standing around.
Oh, you should have seen it about an hour and a half ago.
What collapsed, city officials say, was part of an underground flume that sends storm water out to the Duck River during a downpour around 9 this morning.
What do you think's going to happen to that tree?
I wouldn't stand there because it could collapse.
Yes, it could.
Earlier in this photo from the Shelbyville Times-Gazette, the hole even swallowed up a police car.
It looks like an earthquake. The pavement has collapsed. All the rock and gravel and dirt underneath it has washed away.
All the commotion was enough to bring out John Smith,
120 meters, 400 feet.
and his brand new week-old investment.
It's massive. I didn't think it was going to be that big. It's pretty crazy.
Some city workers even recruited him to take a closer look.
Come up here and look at this, man.
While no one was hurt in today's collapse, this isn't the first time Shelbyville has had to deal with its aging flume infrastructure.
In January, we had a structural failure. In May, we had a structural failure. So we are beginning to have some problems with it.
And those problems don't come cheap. The city has already had to borrow money to fix the first two collapses, and this one is much bigger.
Look how close it is to the building. If we get another good rain.
For now, the city's trying to make sure everyone stays safe on a day that drew them all in at the corner of Lane Parkway and Mother Nature.
It's been a very busy day.
After the second collapse earlier this year, city officials decided to close Lane Parkway in front of the police and fire station because they say they were afraid of this very thing happening again. They say it could have been a lot worse had Sunday morning church traffic been zipping along that road today.